Hey guys, welcome back to Lake Life Family Channel. It's been a long time since you guys have probably seen my face in front of the camera, and I just want to do an overall update of kind of everything that's been going on with our family and our world, because I know a lot of you guys have been asking like, hey, where's the Lake Life Family Channel? Are y'all done with the channel? Are y'all coming back? Are y'all doing something? So I do want to go ahead and say thank you to everybody out there that has found us on other social media platforms like Instagram and messaged us and find a way to like email us and ask us like, hey, hope everything's going okay, because you know we haven't seen you guys on the channel lately, so I miss you guys, blah blah blah. So it's awesome to hear you guys reaching out to us like that. We always appreciate that, and we always do see your emails and your Instagrams and your DMs and all that kind of stuff, even though we may not respond all the time. So if you didn't guess from the title, this vlog is kind of a personal vlog for me. Justin said that he was gonna do it with me, but I kind of just wanted to do it on my own because it's something that I just need to unpack personally, and kind of tell what's going on, why I've been like MIA and basically like hiding out over here. So because of the title, you guys already know, but I was recently diagnosed with a autoimmune disease, and it's kind of shaken my world a little bit since I found out back in January. If you didn't know our previous history, if you haven't, if this is like one of your first vlogs that you're looking on to, Justin and I actually had a miscarriage. I say Justin and I. Actually, I had a miscarriage. Justin did not. I had a miscarriage back in November, after this was our second pregnancy, and I was 7 weeks pregnant, and it was a little traumatic miscarriage just because it happened kind of over Thanksgiving break, and we were not home. We were visiting my parents, and I had to be rushed to the ER because I was bleeding everywhere. And you know, miscarriages are so common. I personally have never experienced one before this, and we just needed a second to take that and grieve our losses and kind of be together as a family, especially around the holidays, which we totally took advantage of. You know, we enjoyed being together and just soaking up all the time with Emmy, who is now 2.5. So toddler time, you guys know, you have to spend a lot of time with your toddlers. But in January, so January is my birthday month, and around my birthday month, you know, I was just kind of like, I've had this thought in the back of my head for many years now that I might have an issue with my thyroid. I just never got it tested because it would come and it would go and it would flare up and it would go away. And I'm like, well, maybe I don't have an issue. And then every time it would flare up, I'm like, well, maybe I do have an issue, but I was never in the timing of like actually going to a doctor's office and testing it, which I'm kind of mad at myself for not doing that to begin with. I feel like it's your responsibility. It's your responsibility as a patient. If you have a gut feeling that something is wrong, you should always go get it tested out. So that's what I did after the miscarriage. They were doing different tests to make sure everything was okay, and the doctors wanted to make sure that my lab values were back down before Justin and I started trying again for another pregnancy. And I asked them, I was like, hey, by the way, since you're doing my blood work, can you just go ahead and toss my thyroid test in there just to make sure? Like, I'd love to make sure it's okay, or if it's not, like, I would just love to know, please, somebody. My arm's getting tired, that's why I keep switching back and forth. So it came back, my OBGYN, it came back a couple weeks later, and she goes, hey, well, I do have some news. So she basically told me that I did have a thyroid disease. My TSH levels and my T4 and my T3, they were just a little wonky, and actually they tested me for antibodies as well. So basically she told me that I had Hashimoto's, which is an autoimmune thyroid disease. And it sounds funny, Hashimoto's. I feel like everybody that I've talked to that I say that, they're like, is that some type of like fishing boat? One of our friends said that it was like a fishing boat brand, and another person said it was like a I don't know, a tire brand. If you've never heard of it, Hashimoto's is basically a thyroid disease where your thyroid is, or your immune system is attacking itself, and it's attacking your thyroid gland, so it can't produce enough thyroid hormones. After hearing that news, it kind of shook me a little bit, but it was something in the back of my head that I felt like I kind of knew all along, because I've had a soybean allergy for 10 years. 10 years, you guys. Back in high school, I was consuming, don't ask me why, I was consuming a lot of soy milk at one period of time, because it was, you know, it was like a newfound love that I figured out that I really liked, and I enjoyed it, and I drank a ton of soy milk in a period of like 3 months maybe. Well, I ended up causing like an allergy of soy to my body, to where it was like every time that I ate or consumed or touched something that contained soybean in it, my face would just flare up and break out. And little did I know that it was actually causing a whole spider web of other problems. We'll get to that in just a second. But so this entire time, that was back in 2011. So that means for 10 years, guys, I've thought that I've had a soybean allergy. It's not. It has everything to do with my thyroid. It was one of my triggers for this autoimmune disease. It just hadn't manifested yet. We're thinking that because I had that miscarriage, my body was under so much stress, that it could have caused the Hashimoto's to flare up. Now, regardless, now hear me out, ladies and men. If you're trying to get pregnant and your thyroid levels are wonky, stop trying. Because the thyroid is absolutely necessary in promoting pregnancy and to keep it substantial. So you need your thyroid hormones and levels in check before you start trying for pregnancy. Okay, rant over, promise. So after I found out that I had Hashimoto's and I started thinking back to the soy thing, I was like, you know what, maybe I have other triggers and that's what's causing my flare-ups. And when I say flare-ups, you guys are probably like, what is she talking about? I'm talking about my flare-ups have everything to do with like my hair was falling out, my nails were just getting super thin and they were like flaking off. My skin, you guys, was just flaring up. Terrible acne. I still have a little bit on my face that you can kind of see, but it just got to the point where I was just like, I don't want to see anybody. I don't want to deal with anybody. I especially don't want to be on camera. So it was one of those things that I was like, I just need to take a couple months to be me and to unpack this and to figure out what's going on with my body before I go in public and kind of tell you guys what's been going on, because I truly didn't understand it, and I'm still kind of on that journey right now, but I feel like I've gotten a better handle. So the main reason why this is an autoimmune disease is because your body is attacking itself, because it thinks that things that you put into your body are like foreign invaders, and it starts attacking, and it attacks your thyroid to where your thyroid can't work and it can't put out hormones. And so your thyroid hormones are what causes other systems in the body to basically work. So when your thyroid doesn't work, your whole body's out of whack, and it's just not a good thing. So it's really important that I'm learning that thyroid health is like kind of like gut health. It's one of the main components of your overall well-being. And it's just ironic that me being a registered dietitian, and I eat so healthy all the time anyways, that I would develop this thing. But it's making me thankful for the knowledge that I do have and the knowledge that I keep gaining in this industry of what I can do so that I'm not on medication, and I am not on medication yet. My doctor has pushed it on me several times, but I've ultimately said that I would love to manage it with my diet and see what these triggers are so that I'm not on medication, because I just know that once you're on medication for thyroid, you never really get off of it, and it scares me. And if you're on medication for thyroid and you think there's like no turning back, there absolutely is. There's so many different books out there that you can read. I've been pointed to a lot of great sources. I will actually put some of the sources of the books and podcasts and stuff linked down below, so if you're interested. But I am managing mine 100% on my diet, and this is exactly what I'm doing. So you guys already know that I'm soy-free. Okay, the last several months I've been gluten-free, dairy-free, egg-free, and minimizing my sugar intake. I've been increasing my probiotic intake and just nourishing like my gut health from the ground up, basically in all fresh fruits and vegetables. Basically eat kind of any meats that I want. But as far as like carbs, I try to limit it to just either rice or quinoa. So it's a very minimalistic diet, and it doesn't sound very fun, and it's really not, but I'm feeling so much better. It's been like a world of a difference from January, where I felt so low. I'm not gonna lie, you guys, like I've been down on the ground. I've been crying about it. There's been some moments that I'm like, why me? You know, I'm playing the victim card, because this isn't how I ever foresee my health, because I take my health very seriously. For it to happen, I was just kind of in denial for a little while. Totally gotten over that. because what I have come to know, especially talking with you guys and talking with our audience and anybody that I run into, everybody is going through something. Let me repeat that. Everybody, no matter who you are, no matter who you think you are, you're going through something. And we all have our battles to fight. We all have our mountains to climb, whether it looks like something that I'm going through, whether it looks like a miscarriage or a divorce. We're all going through something. So I just want you guys to know that we are keeping the positivity up here. You know, we've got some awesome things coming in 2021. 2021 has also hit us really hard. Starting in January with that news of having I can't even, like, it feels weird to say I have an autoimmune disease, because that just doesn't resonate with with who I am, or I know that in the future we can resolve this, and it's not something that I'm going to live with forever. And maybe I will forever have to manage it, but it's not going to be something that I think about constantly every single second of the day like it has been. So another cool thing, I know you guys have already heard that I'm making a cookie cookbook. Since January, I have been making cookies in this kitchen like a mad woman, and it's like every week I'm making 2 to 3 different recipes, and it's been really fun. I've actually stopped trying a lot of them because they do have dairy and eggs and stuff like that. But here's the really awesome thing. I know that so many people out there have food restrictions and food allergies, that because I'm going through this, I'm making a lot of really cool cookies that people with celiac can enjoy, people with egg allergy can still enjoy, and people with dairy allergies can still enjoy. Most of them, actually all of them pretty much, have been soy free, so that's really cool. But I've made over 20 cookies so far, and my goal is to make 60. So I'm like, what, a third of the way there. You know, it's been 2 months. I made 20 cookies, 40 more cookies to go. Justin has been, he's starting to get a little annoyed with all the cookies around here, because one of these guys that like has to eat all the sweets that are here. So if there's a plate of cookies here and I'm not going to eat any of them, he's like, well, I've got to finish them all. Like, he will not let me throw them away or store them for later or anything like that. He's like, no, I need to eat them. So he's been a little annoyed with me about making so many cookies, but it's been fun because, you know, you get to experiment and you get to figure out different combinations of foods. So I can't wait for you guys to try some of these cookies. And that will be published in October. Another cool thing. Oh, did y'all check out my shirt? My Bloom Baby shirt? This is from last year. Do y'all remember this? I have it on my merch page. It's linked down below if you're interested. I need to show y'all the chickens because I don't know the last time we had a chicken update. I don't know. So let's go down now that the sad part of the vlog is over, and I told you guys about my crazy autoimmune disease and why I have not shown my face in a little while. It's just because, y'all, I needed some time to figure it out for myself, because I needed time to personally unpack everything that was going on for the last 3 months. But moving forward from here on out, we will be trying to do more Lake Life families, because we have so much more good news coming, and I can't wait to share it with you guys and take y'all around more. And Emmy is growing like a weed. I can't believe she's already 2.5. It's been crazy. But all right, let's go see some chickens. I gotta feed them too. Okay, so the good thing is that all of our chickens look very healthy right now. All their combs came back from when they were like all shriveled up, and I would say all of them are pretty healthy now, especially since, well, except for poor Carrot. Let me show y'all Carrot. Okay, so Carrot's the only one that looks like she is molting right now. Carrot is, remember, Carrot was the smallest one when we got her, and she's the one that's kind of held her ground. But Carrot she is a cold weather bird, so she did great when we got the snow and everything. She was like the one that did not get cold, very, very, very hardy in the harsh winter climate. But now that we've noticed that the sun is coming out, it's like she's starting to molt and like really lose a lot of feathers. So her butt does not look, butt just looks like it's problematic. She's losing like all the butt feathers. And we've kind of noticed that like her neck feathers are falling out too, but I think it's just because the weather is starting to get warmer, and you know, she's getting ready for the summer. Summertime heat in Texas is not friendly. Okay, so if you guys, did y'all catch when I said that I'm not eating eggs right now? So here's the thing. If you have what I do, which is Hashimoto's, there is a certain gene that causes you to become more sensitive to foods that you eat every single day, especially more allergenic foods like eggs and soy, milk, dairy, gluten, nuts, stuff like that. So if you're eating a certain ingredient or a certain food every single day, it's more likely that you will cause an allergic reaction and cause yourself to become allergic to that. Should have known this many years ago when I basically caused a soybean allergy within myself. I realized since we've had these chickens and I was consuming the eggs, like 3 eggs a day, especially when I was pregnant with Emmy, you guys. If you guys have been watching the Lake Life Family channel since then, and that was like 3 years ago, I ate eggs every single day when I was pregnant with Emmy because I was just craving them like crazy. Sometimes I would have eggs like twice a day. I'd have like scrambled eggs in the morning, and then I'd have like an egg burrito towards the afternoon, and I was just consuming eggs like crazy. And then ever since we got these chickens, after a little while I started realizing it. I was like, you know what, maybe it's the eggs. Maybe that's one of my triggers. I cut out eggs, and immediately like 2 weeks later I did start feeling really well again, and symptoms had kind of started to calm down. So I need to figure that out, because it is a sad day when you have 9 chickens and you're getting all these eggs and you can't eat them. It's been a sad day, especially because I know Justin loves eggs in the morning, and I don't cook them all the time now because I can't eat them. Yeah, it's been a little tragic over here, but for the most part we're selling them to our neighbors. Oh, hi. This is Peep. Peep is laying on those eggs. Can you show us how many eggs are under you? Yeah. All right, so this is what they do. They all lay in one nesting box. And those are really pretty. They look pretty clean today. Normally, because they're all in one nesting box, they don't look the cleanest because they've been sitting on them all day. But 10 eggs, that was probably yesterday afternoon and today. So good job, girls. Doing good. Okay, so I just picked up Emmy from Mimi's house, and she's been loving the recent play activity of playing doctor with mom and dad, and she's been giving us checkups. Hey, Emmy, do you want to give us checkups today? Uh-huh. You want to say hi to the Lake Lifers?
Hi.
Say hi, Lake Lifers.
Hi, Lake Lifers.
Good job. Where's your doctor bag? I think your doctor bag is over there.
Mommy, doctor bag.
Yes. All right. Do you want to give me a checkup? Okay, open the bag. What do you say? Dr. Emmy's here.
Dr. Emmy's here for you better.
Make me feel better. She's a little shy now that the camera's turned on, but what she would normally do is like dig around in this doctor bag, and she'd take my temperature and listen to my heartbeat, and she's really into making us feel better. So it's really cute to watch. Where are you going? But anyways, guys, we're just going to sign it off right here because you all know that toddler time, playtime is a very special time, and it's hard to do while talking to you guys on camera. But thank you guys for watching this and following us along on all of our crazy journeys between Justin's brain tumor, pregnancy, miscarriage, loss. Now we've got Hashimoto's autoimmune disease. I mean, there's just, life happens, you guys. If that's anything that I have learned from the last couple months, is that life is not perfect. Life happens. We're all going through something. We all have our own journeys, and we all have our lemons dealt to us, whether it's, you figure out those lemons now in life, or you figure out those lemons when you're 30 years old, 40 years old, or not until you're 60 years old. But we've all been dealt lemons, and the fortunate thing is, if you're positive and willing to work for it, you can normally overcome your lemons, and a lot of times those lemons can be used to make lemonade. I know, crazy analogy, right? But we all know the analogy, guys. I'm just saying that, good things are going to come out of this. I'm already seeing some positive notes. I just understand the frustrations that a lot of people have with food allergies and health, and when it just doesn't go right. It can be really frustrating, and sometimes you are desperate for answers and you're just searching everywhere until one day it just finally clicks. So for me, I'm still doing some trial and error. It's like every week is a different food experiment, different trigger experiment. And I feel like I'm almost there, but not quite. So keep us in your thoughts and prayers. And I'm sure we'll be seeing you guys here at the treehouse on the next one. Until then, take care. God bless. Bye.